Lunch with Lea, Season 2, Episode 28.
I have to laugh at us. Season 2, Episode 28. Like we're a real news organization. A real gossip show. Well, here we go. Let's have a little tea. Are you guys ready for the tea? Well, first of all, let's see. I want to thank the RealHousewives.com because the website has run several stories lately and promoted Lunch with Lea consistently. Well, aren't you smart, iRealHousewives.com? I think I follow them on Twitter. Are they on Twitter too?
Yes.
Last week, the site ran a story of those, talking about who I still friends with the Housewives from Miami, and a lot of other things about the Housewives. Well, aren't you smart, and don't you have excellent taste at iRealHousewives.com?
They're always promoting Lunch with Lea, too, so they're really...
Good for you! So what's going on this week? Well, RJ has he just took his ACT. Now he's got the SAT on the 5th. I told him, just do well on the SAT and let's call it a day. Whatever your number is, your number is. If you wind up going to, some house, what do you call it, house education place. If you can't get into college, I'm fine with it. I'm over the SAT, I'm over the ACT, I'm over you being smarter than you need to be. Just get through it. We're done. I'm done. It's so much stress. You have no idea. You got to go practice the test, and you got to go prepare for the test, and then you got to go take the test, and you got to sit and get the results for the test, and you got to send that test to the college. It's too much anymore. I don't remember anybody doing all that to go to college when I was that age. I remember it was just fill out a form, sign your name, send it in, they tell you when to show up.
Exactly. It's
Times have changed. It's like an arms race. Oh my God! And then today I'm trying to leave the house, and Freda is all dressed up to the nines, and she goes, "I leaving." I'm like, "Oh, where are you going?" "Oh, lunch." She has a lunch date with somebody. I don't know. It's just her friends from church. I don't have a clue. So she's all dolled up going. So now, of course, did she cover herself? Is anybody filling in for her? Was there anybody at the house? Is the alarm set? Did anybody close the gate? Where are the dogs? I don't have a clue. I had to come here. I didn't even have time to check myself. How do I look?
She's expecting you to do it.
I thought you were going to say she was holding a management meeting at the doctor's office.
Yeah, she's probably. Who knows? Oh my God, she loves going. She goes to all these different doctors. I can't even tell you. Meanwhile, it's the school prom this weekend, and RJ has a date with this pretty little blonde that's a senior at Gulliver. She's 17 years old, and they've kind of been friends off and on for years, and they're all so excited. She's got a new dress, and she's so pretty, and her mom's getting her hair and makeup done, and then RJ ordered a white hand corsage for her and a white boutonniere for himself, and he's got his clothes all ready to go, and he's so excited. Oh my gosh, I said, honey, your friends are going to go, wow, you're dating older women already? They're really the same age, but she's a senior and he's a junior, so, Anyway, so that should be interesting. I'm going to get pictures of that. Oh, and then I'll tell you all about the prom. I got to teach them to dance tonight. That should be interesting.
we should be doing the show. There's the show.
He's 6'1", almost 6'2", and I'm teaching him how to dance. And she's very tall, that girl. They should look cute together. Oh, if I forget to tell you later, go to visit Lea Black Inc. INK on our website. It's all the press, all the blogs, all this everything. You'll want to see it. Celebrity pictures, everything. I didn't even know about it. I'm just finding out. That's why I'm telling you. I've never looked at it myself, but apparently it has a lot of really juicy, good stuff on it. In royalty news, Kate Middleton and Prince William welcome their third child on Monday, April the 23rd, a Taurus, 8 pounds and 7 ounces. Let me tell you, there's so many birthdays alike now. James had his birthday now. Joanna had her birthday now. Michael Moore had his birthday now. Gigi Hadid, I saw that. I saw everybody's birthdays right now. So there you go.
That's why the world's a stubborn place.
That's right. You know, Tauruses do have a stubborn streak, but it works to their advantages many times because they're persistent and they stick with things and do things that are kind of their own way. Joanna does do things her own way. I'll give you that. I'll show you a picture of her in a minute. The brother to Prince George and Princess Charlotte was born on Monday in London amid much UK coverage and social media attention. He instantly becomes the fifth in the line to the throne. And Kensington Palace, why am I tongue-tied today? Kensington Palace had an October announcement that the baby was due. So they had told us back in October. So yeah, it's been a while. They said he was born at 11:01. Well, that's a powerful number. 11:01. That's like 111. Wow. 8 pounds, 7 ounces. They didn't say how many inches. RJ was 8 pounds, 8 ounces. Middleton turned to the same private suite that she had the other babies at. And anyway, people are kind of wondering what the name's going to be. I don't think they announced the name yet. If they did, I didn't hear about it. But listen to this stuff. What?
I heard it might be James.
Oh, God, we'll never be able. Oh, my God. So, anyway, listen to all the customs that go with that. I mean, imagine, oh, my God, I can't even get the baby in the car out the door from the hospital after thinking you're going to die while you're having it. This is the protocol. You have to tell the queen first. The father cannot be in the room. The town crier, which is a medieval custom, announces the birth to the public. Then the midwives cannot speak about the birth. They have a 62-gun salute at the town of London for 10 minutes. They have no surname. The first public appearance at the christening days are weeks after it's born, so that the baby's not going to be seen other than that picture when it was all wrapped up until the christening. The prince gets time off from his work. Well, that's great. I don't want to see him out on that chain gang working hard for a month. So he gets time off from his work, his public appearance work. And they have to be registered to the government within 42 days of being born. So there's a whole little thing that goes with the royal family.
Sarah Gallagher wants to know, did you look that good when you walked out of the hospital with your son?
Oh, honey, I walked out in a wheelchair, but I will tell you, I gained like 48 pounds and I lost 30 of it before I left the hospital. It was crazy. I had so much water. Yeah, I think I looked really good. I had my pearls on. I had my hair all dolled up. I mean, of course, because I was ready to go home and I wanted to stop for lunch on the way with the baby in tow. I didn't know you're not supposed to do stuff like that and that they can get germs and everything. I was like, let's go eat somewhere good. Meghan Markle, speaking of, I hate when this happens. When someone makes it big or they become famous and all the family comes out with their ugly, nasty little nonsense. Right. You know, I would just say, I would ban them all from the wedding. I would say, you know something? I would have invited you. I would have included you in my life, but you've gone out to the tabloids. You've sold stories. You said nasty things about me. As far as I am concerned, you are my brother, and, you know, maybe I'll see you one day somewhere, and I wish you well, and we are done. I would not embrace these people. It's disgusting. Listen what he does. He goes, she's giving the greatest performance of her life, he tells the Oregon Daily Mirror. Oh, he's in Oregon. He tells the Daily Mirror. And he goes, once she got into Hollywood, she turned into a different person. Well, yeah, because she's working 18 hours a day, and she's a celebrity, and she's trying to support your mother, and she's trying to support herself, and she's trying to do something good with her life. Just shut up and go away, Mr. Markle, 51 years old of Oregon. And then he says that she's clearly forgotten her roots and her family. Oh, my God! Can you get a pill for amnesia? I would have forgotten him, and I'd keep forgetting him. Forget him! Who wants anything to do with this guy? Yeah. And then he says that, he goes on to say that she's given him the cold shoulder. Even though they saw each other regularly from 2009 to 11, 2011 while caring with her mother, their grandmother that had dementia. Okay, so she's a good person. She's taking care of her grandmother for 2 years, and you spend time with her while you're dogging her for being a different person once she becomes a celebrity. I'm not bitter, just baffled, he said. You are bitter. Order up some bitters and soda. It's hurtful given how close we once were. You know what? When someone stand that. People watch, keep your mouth shut. This is your sister. Why are you ruining the best time in her life and trying to come out and act like you're an authority on her? If you don't know her that well, you're not. And if you do, then what you're saying about her is a lie. And in any event, it's inappropriate and rude. I would not have him at the wedding. I would not have him at anything. I'm sorry. Nope.
Yeah, people are agreeing. Sarah Gaynor says, right, losers.
Losers. He's a loser. He should have just said, I'm so happy for her, and left it at that, or said, you know what, she's been so busy, we don't spend that much time together anymore, but she's my sister, I love her, I'm happy. Something, or shut up. But don't go air your dirty laundry, especially in front of the palace and the Queen's crown. Back to other celebrity news. Tori Spelling says that she paid a tribute to her father, Aaron Spelling, on what would have been his 95th birthday, calling him her hero. And her mom also did a little tribute to him. She said something on Instagram about him. You know, he did Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Charlie's Angels, 90210.
Dynasty.
And, he did Dynasty. I love that. The Colby She. He did it all. So he was a big mogul in Hollywood. Now, Tori received $800,000 out of his $500 million. And apparently she's struggling financially, and I'm sure she is. But the thing is, what's disgusting to me is I'm sure that the father, even whether they had fallouts or they weren't on the best of terms or whatever, I'm sure the father was relying on the mother to manage the family money and take care of the kids. He wasn't expecting the mother to not give the girl any money. That Candy, I'm telling you, she needs to keep smoking those cigarettes and being fabulous. I'm just disgusted with her. I mean, how do you let your daughter go out and do reality TV that does not make her look good, try to write children's books that she's trying hard at, married to a guy who doesn't make a lot of money. She's got 4 or 5 kids. The mother's got all that money. Why doesn't she set up a trust fund for her? Or say, I'm going to pay you to stay out of the press. Or I'm going to do something. I mean, I don't understand these people. If you can't help your kids with the money, what's the point? I don't think... so maybe they've had some disagreements. Why are you punishing the grandkids? I don't get it. Whatever. Anyway, another celebrity news. I told you it was Joanna Krupa's birthday. That's me and Joanna. James posted that on Instagram. We got so many people interested in it. It was probably because, she looks...
I think it got picked up by the Instagram trending feed because you got a lot of engagement off of that.
Yeah, she looks kind of like my older sister.
I thought you all looked alike in that photo.
Yeah, she looks like my older sister. I think so. Yeah. She could have been my older sister. Even though I'm more mature and have to give her advice, she could have been my older sister. Now, this DJ called Avicii, he died. And he's 28 years old, and everyone's been talking on and on and on about him and how talented he was. But can I be honest? I never heard of him before he died. It's terrible. But
he launched he was the Mozart of electronic dance music, and he was the original person to put out a song called Levels that everyone says is like the first EDM song.
Well, apparently he had some gallbladder problems and then drank pancreatitis, and then drank. That made it worse.
There's a documentary, but they've already taken it down off Netflix. It just came out 6 months ago, and in it he was talking about he was really begging to stop touring and everything because he knew he was
his bad health. Yeah. All right, so anyway, let's go to the lowest hanging fruit. The Housewives. Oh God, did you watch the reunion of Atlanta?
Yes.
If you came down and visited from Mars or some other country, and you've been living in let's say in the islands for 20 years, and you were fishing every day and tanning and providing for your family in a hut, and you came in and you watched this, and you would just go what is going on with these people? how do they talk like this and how do they treat people like this? And who are these people? I mean, first of all, I felt like all of them ganging up with Kim was overkill. I don't think they all needed to gang up on her so much. Sheree, or whatever her name was the only one that kind of defended her. But to be honest with you, I don't think Sheree went out of her way to defend her. She was kind of being a little bit playing on both sides, collecting those bones. And then I thought they went too far when they insulted her health. You've got the heart attack and the this and the that and the other and the other. So I didn't think that was very nice. On the other hand, Kim didn't do herself any favors this season. She didn't try to get along with anybody. She always had a pout on her face. She never seemed to be happy and enjoying the other girls. But I do think that they came down a little bit hard on her. Then Sheree and Portia were sort of neutral, but Nene and Kenya, oh my God, they were on blast. And Nene, by the way, listen. You got to let people get a word in once in a while. She didn't take a breath. And Kim couldn't get a word in. Andy couldn't get a word in. Nobody could get a word in. She was loaded for bear. I don't know if she was on coffee or if she was just had this pent up anger or she just wanted to I don't know, but she wouldn't take a breath and nobody could get a word in.
Kim can push her buttons.
She does know how to push her buttons.
She just has to sit in front of her and look at her and Mimi will just go from 0 to 10.
But it was too bad that Kim didn't participate a little more and contribute to the show a little more, because she really does add a different dynamic to the show and she's interesting to watch. And then Nene goes, or I think it was Nene, I'm not sure. One of the girls goes and posts the ratings, maybe it was Candy, on Kim's show to show that their ratings are so much lower than the Atlanta show. And I was like, oh my God, when you're going to kick her, when you've already beat her down, now let's kick her again, And then the only thing I thought Kim did, being rude and not participating and stuff like that was one thing. But the one thing she did cross the line on was when she said that Candy said she wanted to lick her box. Kim, you should have known that was going to blow up, and then it's going to rehash all the DJ Tracy Young stuff. So she didn't do herself any favors there. And then, honestly, the other thing she did, but I don't think it was required the death penalty. I think it was just a timeout penalty. Was the roaches. Who cares that they videoed the roaches and put it on TV? I found a dead roach the other day in my bedroom. I was like, I'm going to video it. I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to tell everybody I had a roach in my house. Is there anybody living in the United States of America that hasn't had a roach in their house at one time or another? You're just moving into a new house. Maybe you haven't exterminated. Maybe you have roaches. Who cares? Name them. Michael Jackson used to name his little mice that were running around on the set. I don't know. And then when they went in at the end and Andy was talking to Kim, I thought Andy made a good point that, Kim, it was hard to showcase you in a good light because you don't really do anything in a good light. So he made a good point and covered that base. But did you see Croy? Yeah. He was just speechless.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to say or do. I like Croy. He's a good guy.
Carrie King says Andy said he didn't have control. And I think I heard him say that this morning on his radio show.
Oh, he did?
He did not like that moment in the reunion because he felt like he had no control.
He didn't have any control. Because they were all piling on. It was like a bunch of rabid dogs piling. I've been sitting in that seat when the rabid dogs come out. They just come out. And you're like, can I say a word? Can I get a word in? And then I didn't think it was nice of them to make a comment that Kim is racist. I don't think Kim is racist. I've never known her. I don't believe that she's racist at all. I think, when you start going for those type of things, first you should just say it. And second, if you're going to say it, you have to back it up. You can't just leave it hanging out in the universe that someone's racist. So that was kind of wrong. On the other hand, I think Candy was the one that had a legitimate beef. She really had the legitimate beef. And she expressed it well without, literally dominating everybody for 10 minutes so no one could say a word. But anyway, so listen to this. DJ Tracy Young, let me disclose in the Sean Hannity era of non-disclosure that DJ Tracy Young is a friend of ours. She lives in Miami. We know her well. We love her a lot. She's super, super talented DJ. She says, okay, DJ Tracy Young FYI, as per the ROAH reunion, I'm a receiver at Candy, at Nene, at Andy. Apparently, at Kim has blocked me, so please relay the following message. So she says, I don't usually do this, but would like to make one thing clear. In regards to the ROAH reunion episode last night, it's important to me to announce the following. At Kim, looks like your pass is catching up to your mouth. At Nene, at Candy. Wow. Got you there last night. Hilarious. At Bravo. My new single, Get You There, is available. So she uses it as a way to she tweeted it out as a way to plug her thing. But then she's going to pile on now. But I will say, I've kind of heard both sides of the story, and I think Tracy has a point to make. I think she didn't want to go on the show to begin with, and then she went on there, and then they didn't make her look that good, and so I think I'm kind of on that one. I'm kind of team Tracy.
Raquel Barrera says Kim is just an idiot, no shade. She just is so self-absorbed. She has no clue how she comes across. That's what he says.
That's what people like about reality TV. The people on reality TV that are the best cast members are the ones that have no self-awareness.
Yes.
They're the best ones. I mean, when Luann's an example, the Countess giving about manners, and then the stuff happens. I mean, and that's what makes them interesting. So the ones that have Doret's another example. No self-awareness at all. It's like, hello, Doret, and she just goes off on something. It's like people are like, I don't know, when she doesn't always understand when people are telling her something. She does, I don't know, dimwit, Doret, whatever.
I was in fashion for 25 years. I've never seen anyone melt down over a runway being smaller.
So we'll talk about the reunion in a minute. Meanwhile, let's see, Joe. I'm going to go into that. Oh, then there was a rumor that Heather Locklear was maybe going to join the show, but then they said that wasn't really true. I don't know that she would be that good on the show. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Andy said that she was his dream housewife.
Yeah, she might be good. I just don't know. One, she doesn't. She would need to clean up her act a little bit, to stumble through it. Anyway, here's a picture of the girls. So I texted people associated with the show and gave my opinion. They started laughing at me. I thought Lisa Rinna was the best dressed, for sure. I thought Doret was the worst dressed, for sure. I don't even know. What was she wearing? What is that thing? And she usually has such good taste. I thought Kyle's dress didn't really do her anything fabulous. Erica's dress was fine, but it looked like a costume, It really looks like a costume, yeah. Lisa Vanderpump's dress was beautiful, even though a lot of people, there was some slack about it. And I think I also texted my friend that I said that I thought that Teddy was the most sexy. Mm-hmm. And Lisa Rinna gave the best smirks of all. Erica had an attitude the whole time. Yeah. And Doret was just doing her normal. Honestly, it's like walking into walls with her. I mean, it would be very frustrating. I think she's oblivious. Yeah, I think it would be frustrating. But anyway, there was somebody else though that commented about it. Oh my God! Oh, that's what I said. Yeah, and then I thought, as far as who contributed the most to the reunion, I think Doret maybe did. Lisa didn't say much. Erica only didn't say much, and when she did, she was like she just point blank. Kyle. The conversation really was between Vanderpump, Kyle, and Doret. So I think they're the only ones that really jumped in and played. But that was only episode 1. And I think Doret was probably the number one shit stirrer, and she had the most to talk about on the reunion. But listen to this. If you guys ever think that I'm sarcastic, nasty, witty, or have a negative word to say, go read Good Tea. Listen to what I've never heard of him. Okay, listen, but now we've heard of him. Good Tea. So Good Tea, you better start posting our lunch with Leah. We're getting ready to give you a big old shout out. So listen to what they said. Kyle Richards. Obviously, Kyle didn't get the memo to come as a metallic condom because she was dressed in her curtains. I mean,
the ones that didn't
I just can't. What was she thinking? The ill-fitted, baggy, yet not baggy dress wasn't enough. Her short hair officially ruined it. I like her hair short. Oh my God. Lisa Vanderpump. Oh my God, this one's, I guess LVP has heard the expression, has heard the expression mutton dressed as lamb because the wicked old bitch of Beverly Hills is trying to dress like one of her sir, S-U-R, servers while the turkey neck is hanging low. Oh my God, how nasty! I don't think any of that's true. I thought she looked stunning. The dress itself isn't that bad. And I love that you can change it from red to gold depending on your mood. Well, it's got that iridescent look to it. But it's the person inside the dress that's the problem. It's too tight, too sparkly, and the shoulder pads are too high for 2018. I didn't notice that, but she did wear that kind of vintage shoulder pads. It didn't bother me.
Yeah, you got some comments on the shoulder
But it didn't bother me, but yeah, I see what they were saying about it. But it's just a look she had. As much as she wants to be a Lexington Carrington, it's not going to happen. And I don't even get me started. Don't get me started on her tired blowout. The only thing worse than dramatically changing your hair like Kyle did is keeping that same hairstyle for 20 years. I don't think that she's ever had a different hairstyle. Oh my God, talk about Dorito is dressed as packaging. Wait a minute. This one is, oh my effing God. Dorito is dressed as the packaging on a spicy, sweet, chili Dorito bag. It's called a full circle moment. The accent confused the outfit. Oh my God. She looks like she's wearing what you wear when you're getting ready, not the final product. This would be the best she could do. She was trying to be Erica Jane meets Kylie Jenner wannabe in a weird sort of a way. Good for Dorito. Aside from her eyesore of a dress and her wet hair, she piled on too much jewelry. Well, I'm sorry, you never pile on too much jewelry. To show us how rich she is. We get it, Dorito. You're rich. You have coin. Erica. Really, Erica? This is the best Erica and her team of gays could have done? Really? This looks like Tuesday for Miss Jane, and she really needed to step it up for the reunion. She looks like, listen to this, a slutty spaceship captain in the 80s with her big shoulders and hair pony. I mean, if you guys ever think I have shaded or been sarcastic, Lisa Rinna. Now, again, this is from goodtea.com. It's not from me. Serving shade since 2016. Well, it didn't take them long to catch on in only 2 years. Lisa Rinna. The reason this outfit beats its similar look is because Lisa Rinna knows how to own a dress and she doesn't look 75. The shiny dress and her new do, blah, blah, blah. And she was, oh my God. Oh, she just goes on. At least one person knows how to slay a reunion. Blah, blah. But then she did say this one thing. Oh my God. Her curly new do looks like your favorite drunk aunt dressed up for a trophy for Halloween. I liked her hair. And then she said she wore that hairstyle when she did Playboy. Yeah. She could do Playboy today. She really has. She looks fantastic. Wait, there's one more. Teddy Mellencamp. This looks like simple white and stunning. Good for her. This is probably the only thing besides being in a horse race that Miss Mellencamp has ever won. I thought she was the most sexy, but I will say if she would have stepped up the fabric, the dress was great on her, but it was a daytime fabric. If it would have just had a little bling to it, it would have fit in a little more with the other girls. But that's her brand. She's a kind of a simple girl. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Sarah Daner wants to know, what do you think about Dorit's accent?
Well, I think you do adapt accents when you move somewhere, but then normally when you go back to where you started, you go back to your roots. Like when I go to Texas, I started sounding very Southern.
Judy Sutton said she loves Kyle's shorter hair.
Yep.
And some people think that Erica's team has been punking her for a while.
Well, you know what it is? I think it's just one costume after the other. Yeah. And I would just love to see her just be a normal person for a while.
I have to tell you,
but I do love the costumes.
As much as she brought it this season and all the Versace and Moschino and everything.
Yeah, she did.
I thought she was a real letdown in the way she looked at the reunion.
Yeah, I think she should have been a little more high couture glamour and a little less, like a performer. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and then the two colors, the same as Dorit. They should have discussed that and not had the same exact color, especially when they wound up sitting next to each other. But to me, I was amused with Lisa Rinna's just laughing and enjoying it all and making faces and cutting it up. You know, she's funny. Okay, let's go to New York. Well, let's see. Oh my God, Ramona and Tinsley seem to be getting along, and Luann is giving dating advice to Tinsley. I'm speechless. I don't take dating advice from Luann. Tinsley, don't take dating advice from Luann.
But this proves your previous point about why Luann's such a good housewife.
That's right. This is why she's a good. That's exactly right. It proves my point. It's just hilarious. I remember last year when we were shooting our show, and the producers had Joanna go on a shopping spree to get relationship advice from someone in the middle of a divorce, and I was like, I'm sorry, that's just not credible. Luann's hair style, or new hairstyle, to me, when she was wearing it the way she did, it looked a little bit like Leona Helmsley. I think it aged her a little bit. I like her better with that. She's got a classic haircut. It's great. And then Sonia had the gay party she has a gay party every Wednesday night. Oh my God, who knew? I guess she doesn't want any other women there. I've never been invited. Anyway, and then Dorinda says that Sonia has fraudulent behavior. I don't think so. I don't think Sonia has fraudulent behavior. I think again, Sonia's a little unaware, you know? She's a little bit unaware, and she does live a little bit in the past. She needs to let that go. Let that husband go. Let the memories of that husband go. Let it go. She can't seem to let it go. And so there's something about that that's incomplete for her. And it's a sad story because I adore her. And then now she's going to rent out her townhouse. That's the smartest thing I've heard so far. You rent out the townhouse, you'll probably get $70,000 or $80,000 a month. Somebody will go in and fix it up really great and live in it. You'll have money coming in, and it's a great opportunity for you to live in a smaller, less cumbersome, less maintenance high rise. Get a bedroom for your daughter, and that was a brilliant idea. And then you get to keep it, and you get to have it make money for you. So that was smart. I hope she does. I'm going to tell her to do that. I'm going to text her. And then where does Bethany fit in? She doesn't seem to be. It's like there's all these factions, but I don't see her with one of them, lined up with one of them. Do you? I mean, I see Carol and Tinsley and Dorinda kind of teamed up, and Ramona kind of fits in that. I don't know who Bethany's chumming with this year. She doesn't have chum with anybody, but I don't think she is. And then Carol, congratulations on the marathon. Good for you. This is somebody who never exercised. This would be like if Jason went and ran the marathon. A guy that's never worked out a day in their life. And anyway, there you go. And then Ramona showcasing that artist art. I thought that was a nice thing for her to do. Because, you know, she may be buying some art, but she was also obviously likes that artist, and she was helping him promote his stuff. I like when people do stuff like that. Something I would do.
Bethany must be exhausting long term.
Oh, I'm sure. I
actually agree with
I'm
that.
sure.
I would see that.
Yeah, she gets a little exhausting. She can be exhausting. She's entertaining, but she can be exhausting. Yeah. And then Luann calls Tinsley a spoiled brat. Well, newsflash. Hello. I mean, did anybody not know that? I mean, isn't that her role on the show? To be a spoiled brat? I mean, that's part of her thing. Anyway, so nice that Luann stood up for Sonia. I thought that was nice. And that's that. Let's see what else. Oh, God, though. Then Bethany says... One thing about Bethany, though, I mean, sometimes she'll say something that people are like, I never thought about it, but she says that Ramona is someone that you tolerate. She's not really a friend. She's just someone you tolerate. But I know people that have known Ramona for years, and they say she's an amazing friend. So there you go. Anyway, and then the highlight of that show was when Dorinda went off crazy again. Did you see her going off crazy nuts? You're going to equate your divorce with me burying my husband. I mean, she went wild. I don't know. I think Dorinda is one of those people, when she drinks, she has a different personality. Yes, and it's funny and amusing and entertaining for a while. You want something to eat? Oh, here it is. For a while, and then she goes past the line of being funny, entertaining, and amusing and gets a little bit mean and nasty.
Yeah, but the other trigger point with her is her husband, especially from Sonia. Like Kim and Nene, it's the same thing with Sonia mentioning her husband, because this is not the first time they've had it out over her husband.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there you go. New Jersey. Chanel has informed Envy by Melissa Gorga that all of the Chanel branded goods previously offered and sold by our company were counterfeit and illegal. As such, we have ceased all sales of Chanel branded goods and will not be carrying any such goods in our store in the future. So I don't understand if they're saying that Melissa had fake things in there and didn't tell them, or if she was just selling fake things. Or what? How did you interpret it?
I think that, a lot of times these boutiques will go and they'll buy some of these brands like Chanel. Yeah. And they're not really officiated with Chanel. They buy them through like a third party. Yeah. And then if they go out of business, they sell off the inventory to someone else.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
that's how she acquired them.
But do you think she knew she was selling fake Chanel goods?
I don't think so.
So she thought she was selling real Chanel goods. Yeah. Well, then she should sue the company that sold her the Chanel goods. Actually, she should have them prosecuted. Speaking of spoiled brats, we have one right here.
I will tell you, Chanel is one of those companies that they are very protective of their brand. Oh, yeah. And I mean, more so than even most of the other ones like Gucci and all.
And they should
Chanel, they send out cease and desist on a daily basis to companies and people that use their logo or anything. They even posted on Instagram about 2 years ago that people should be very careful using their logo on any types of creatives or art and things, because that is a protected trademark.
Okay, we have now given them a commercial long enough. Okay. QVC, Shannon Beador, congratulations. Your QVC student, look at her behind the stage at QVC. She's got her new skinny or whatever line out about where she gets to, what is it called? Real Meals. Oh, that's fantastic. I hope she does really well. And apparently Tamara's gushing at it and posted, and they had a big night celebrating, and her and her daughters were in Philadelphia and blah, blah, blah. So good for her. And so she says, when you're leaving a 17-year-old marriage, is there sadness and insecurity, and so that she's 54 years old and she's starting on her own, and that, it's a confidence builder. Well, good for you, Shannon. We are rooting for you. Actually, I was going to buy some, but I'm leaving town, so I'm going to buy some in the summer or LA to support her. And then Jeff Lewis. Jeff, he will talk about anything. He does not have a filter. That's why we love him. He stirs the pot. He's on his radio show, and he reads all these nasty text messages that Shannon's husband sent to her. One of them said, F you, so tired of you. You effing disgust me. F you. What do you have to do? Eat because you can't get off your fat ass? Another one said, the world's ending tonight. You get out of your pajamas today. Sleep until 2. The sad part is your bitch behavior is normal for you. F you. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? If a guy sent me text like that, I think I put a restraining order on him. Oh, I'm not going to get into that today. I'll save this for another. I will.
She did say recently that he's not sending her texts like that anymore, but
because he knows Jeff Lewis is going to read him on the radio.
But he sent one to Jeff about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That argument, and Jeff went back and forth with him about it.
Yeah. He can't win with Jeff because Jeff's going to have the last word. He's got his TV show and he's got his radio show. So he's going to be able to say everything that happens and exploit him. Shannon should be thanking Jeff because Jeff shut him down. Yeah. He really did.
People are saying Jeff is the best.
I love him. He's just hilarious. He called me yesterday. To tell you the story. Oh, gosh. Anyway, I wanted to... Never mind. Okay, listen to this menu. I'm sorry. Some people just don't... Okay, so, Macron, the president of the French Republic, came for the first state dinner. By the way, they showed 20 video clips of Trump slamming state dinners. We shouldn't have them. They're too expensive. If you want to talk to these people, sit down and order a hamburger and have a lunch with them over a working meeting. Meanwhile, they spent a fortune on the state dinner to show off. And then listen to this menu. Goat cheese gâteau, G-A-T-E-A-U. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
It's like a goat cheese in a filo pastro.
Okay, so filo pastro. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like cheese. Okay, tomato jam. Would you eat tomato jam?
With like an accoutrement.
Yeah, but who wants a tomato jam? Don't you want strawberry or peach or orange? You don't want who wants tomato jam? That tomato is a vegetable. It's not a sweet. Oh, it's a fruit, but it's not like a sweet. I can't. Buttermilk biscuit crumbles. So they're going to take buttermilk biscuits and crumble them? Who wants a buttermilk biscuit crumbled? I want my buttermilk biscuit like that, so I can open it up and put the butter and the jam on it. And I don't want the tomato jam.
Well, it's because they're eating dinner.
And then wait a minute. Yeah, wait. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, young variegated lettuce. Okay, that's fine. Variegated lettuce. Okay. Now this one gets me. Rack of spring lamb. Talk about totally unaware. There's such a huge percentage of the population that does not eat meat. And then there's even a much bigger percentage of the population that doesn't eat lamb. Lamb is they served lamb, a rack of spring lamb. I don't want to see it, I don't want to smell it, and I'm definitely not going to taste it. Then burnt cipollini subis. Whatever is that? Carolina gold rice. Okay, good. And jambalaya. I guess they're trying to have a little bit of a New Orleans flair or something. I don't know. And a nectarine tart and a cream, some kind of ice cream. I'm sorry.
I read an article about this.
I'm sorry.
Melania handpicked the menu herself, and she said that there was supposed to be new takes on French-styled foods.
Honey, we're in America. Do as the Americans do. Talk about not being self-aware. It's another one.
To it that tweeted this morning, and they said that the menu was foo-foo garbage.
I bet I bet you when you look at the plate in the kitchen, this is how you tell about your food. And I always ask the chef and the people that help clean up, the staff, what was sent back? What were the things that no one ate? And when it's always one thing on a plate or two things on a plate, don't ever serve it again. But this is someone totally unaware, self-aware. She's got a cyberbully campaign going out. Well, she's got this #1 cyberbully right there. I can't anymore. I can't.
Trump probably hired a mechanic for a chef. So.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Larry King wrote, I heard the chef in the White House isn't all that good.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. You know, who picks out that menu? You know, you could have. Now, they could have done a French theme. They really could have done a French theme with traditional French food and had a couple of options. You know, like when you go to a dinner, they have steak and lobster, or they have chicken and steak, or they have or they have a vegetarian option. You know, but I mean, rack of lamb. I've never known of anybody serve rack of lamb at a big dinner for a lot of people. I'm sorry.
She said probably had to hit the drive-thru on the way home.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
New takes. Oh my God.
Yeah, they were all went to In-N-Out Burger. Yeah. Okay, now listen to this one. This is hilarious. This guy Tony at POSNANSKI on Twitter. I don't know him. I just think he's hilarious, so I follow him. I follow the weirdest people. He tweets this out. This is so funny. I don't think we need to talk about gun control or proper background checks until we've exhausted all of the options, like weaponizing the Waffle House employees, putting a bucket of rocks in each restaurant, and making sure that everyone walks with a clear backpack. I think that's hilarious. And in other news, if anyone's interested, Al Capone's house is in Miami Beach. It's up for sale for $15 million. It's on Palm Avenue on Palm Island, which is one island over from Star Island, where I have a gorgeous house for sale if anyone's interested. And it's only $15 million. It's got a lot of American history. He wasn't stingy with the amenities. It's got a big, huge pool, and blah, 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 blah. It's his 35th anniversary of the premiere of Scarface, which, speaking of Scarface, I read that Michelle Pfeiffer, the way she got so emaciated and skinny for that movie was she lived on tomato soup and Marlboro cigarettes.
Oh, God.
I didn't know she smoked. No, we don't like that. But anyway, Al Capone, speaking of, at an auction one time, I bought his mugshot and his arrest record and his fingerprints. So I always thought whoever owned that house should get that from me and put it in the house. Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting to have? I only bought it because of the charity. I was just trying to help them raise the money. Oh, me and my charity money. Okay, let's see. Oh, well, the Canadians announced, talk about unself-aware. The Canadians announced that smoking, a poor diet, and physical activity and unhealthy alcohol consumption contributes to about 50% of the deaths in Canada. Honey,
that's obvious.
That's it. Canada, it's everywhere. Smoking, poor diet, no physical activity, unhealthy alcohol consumption. Yeah, I think that contributes to the death. Boy, well, they're smart. Wow, they're smart. Oh, and then that was so sad, that woman on that Southwest plane that was sucked out. And then I saw her husband was talking. They got 2 little children, 10 and 12. And she was an executive of a bank. Was it a bank? Yeah. Oh, my God. It was so sad. We didn't do this one. We didn't do this one. Oh, my God. We could just talk for 5 hours. We didn't do this one. We didn't do this one. Oh, okay. We'll do this one. So our distributor in the UK at leablack.co.uk. His name is Emily. I thought I had a picture. She says posted on Instagram. She's so beautiful. She's tall and thin and blonde, and she's taking part in a 40-mile walk challenge on June the 2nd to support cancer charities in the UK, and her sister was affected by that. And so I think that's fabulous. 40 miles across Yorkshire Moors. It's a famous track that's been walked for many years. It's very tough, and they're going to try to look. This, she lost me here. We're aiming to complete the distance in no longer than 24 hours. Are you going to have them carry you on a cot while you take a nap? I'm sorry, the 24. I couldn't walk for 24 hours. God bless you if you do it. Oh my God!
That's a good call.
Anyone can donate, not only from the UK, and it's virginmoneyGiving.com/Joe Hodgkinson and Emilina Emilina Daughtery. We will tweet it and post it. It's too complicated, but congratulations, Emily. And she represents our products well over there. And I think some of the housewives over there are wearing them, using them. That Dawn came to visit, and she likes it. And then we got a bunch of texts. Yeah, so
from the Real Housewives of Cheshire.
Cheshire. Maybe I should see them when I go there in June to London. Maybe I should help the housewives to have a welcoming party for me. I could wear a crown and everything. My quote of the week. Portia and a crown. Too much of a good thing is never too much. Remember that, and tune in next Wednesday for Lunch with Leah. Okay, and we'll see you guys soon. Little Black, come say goodbye. Goodbye. Say goodbye. See you guys.